So you try and keep inflation controlled. And for that, you do a whole bunch of things. You raise interest rates so as to keep people from borrowing too much, from spending too much. So you think of it as a controller. You're trying to control the economy so as to keep the value of money within a narrow range.
So I have two questions on this. Like you said, it's about controlling how much to print so that you can keep an economy growing and in a healthy state, right? How does a country or RBI understand that how many notes to print, how many currency to print, how to regulate it? Like, is there some process in simple? Obviously there is, but in simple words we can understand. How do we decide कि कितना छापना चाहिए नोट? कोई भी कभी भी, if let's say if RBI governor says कि कर दो, तो can you do it?
No, so you can, लेकिन एक process होता है. When we talk about money, it's not just notes. It's also what are called reserves.
Okay.
Reserves are like deposits that the banks hold with the RBI. So when you are talking about expanding the money supply, you can do it in two ways. You can print more notes and you can create more reserves. And typically we do a little bit of both. But the biggest way we expand money is by expanding reserves. Now, what we have is typically an estimate of how much reserve growth we will have in a year. Okay. And we try and stick by that. Now, कभी-कभी ऐसा होता है कि देश में dollars आ जाते हैं. And to keep the rupee from depreciating, what we have to do is, buy up the dollars. Okay? And that will mean that we also increase the pace at which we issue reserves. You can go into the details, but it turns out when you buy the dollars, you're buying them from the banks and you're paying them as a central bank with reserves. So their holding of reserves also goes up. And so then you say, Acha, we've created more reserves now, we have to slow down in the rest of the year to meet our target. That is how we do it.
Got it. So now in this, let's try to understand, you said dollars coming in. So I have a question, but before that I have to preset. How do economies grow?